Okay, so we are recording. Actually, for those of you who are rewatching this, you might be somebody who missed out on the live recording or the live viewing of it during our virtual boot camp, or you might be another Moxie on our team who got their hands on this because this is a really simple way to teach coach basics. So as I was thinking about this business, as I was thinking about coaching, I was like, well, I mean, what do you do? It's kind of like, if this is a people business, I have to talk with people, but how do I even tackle helping my new coaches start their business when there's a lot of paralysis analysis, there's a lot of overwhelm, especially, raise your hand, guys, if you ever felt this way. Once I added you to our team pages, you were like, whoa, there's a lot of information here. Some of you guys don't feel like that because you're like, give it to me all at once. I need the information. I was like that too, but different folks, different strokes for different folks, depending on your personality type. And I really want to make this simple and duplicatable. So I was walking through in my head of, okay, what do I do as a leader? I first and foremost have to take care of myself, because in order for me to pour out, I have to make sure I have enough in me. You know, like you can't pour from an empty cup. Have you guys ever heard that saying? So I know that I need to take care of myself by being a product of the product, drinking the shake, doing my workouts, getting, progress in general with my own journey. And then as that happens, I feel like I would be, having a good credibility, having some good reputation to take the first step in helping somebody else get started in their own health and fitness journey. Not because I'm certified in personal training, not because I'm a certified nutritionist, not because I know all the answers, but if I'm willing to just keep walking on my self-improvement life and then invite others to join me, kind of like Forrest Gump when he was running, he just ran. He just ran and he kept on running. And what happened? People started joining him and they're like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just running. And then people started joining him and he got all over the news and he went viral. Like, you can just run and you can just lead by example and you can just transform your life, become better, become stronger, become more fit, change your mindset. And people be like, what are you doing? What's happening? You say, I'm just running. Come with me. Join with me. So to start this Coach Basics training, I want to go over how to run the bases in your business. So I have some fun visuals here. I have home base. I have first base. I have second base. And I have third base. And my son has already seen these and he was like, Mommy, can I play with those? And I was like, not until after Saturday. But home base in your business. Susan or Carrie, do you guys mind, maybe from your perspective, since you guys have walked through this training before, tell the other girls like what it is when you walk up to home base. What does that mean?
Home base is making sure you've got your basics down. So making sure that you are taking care of yourself, like Laura said, and kind of just being the example so that you can hit the bat and swing the bat and hit the ball and move on to first plate, base, whatever it's called.
I know. Well, so Makana is a queen of sports.
Stop laughing at me, Makana.
She's softball queen. So she's like, base, run, court, what? So yes, Makana, you will probably enjoy this analogy as well as correct us on all of our sporting.
Yeah, I'm even surrounded by baseball memorabilia right now, as you can see, and I don't even get it.
That's why I'm laughing so hard.
What is it called? I don't know. That's awesome. Okay, perfect explanation of it. Carrie, what are some like things? So she was like taking care of yourself. Being, what does that look like specifically for you when you step up to home plate in your business? What does that mean?
I'm working out every single day except for rest days because we all need those. And then drinking my Shakeology, doing personal development, and posting 3 to 5 times every day on social media. Sharing my stuff.
Perfect. All right. So it's so simple. But we get distracted very easily. It's really easy to get busy and forget about the basics. So when you're thinking about building your business, when you are like anxious, you're ready, you're like, I'm going to take these steps, I'm going I'm going to succeed. I'm going to hit my goals. You have to get to home plate. You have to be a part of the team. Can't even like go to home plate if you're not even going to show up for the game. You have to put the uniform on. You have to be a coach. To be at home plate, like they said, there's this thing called the 4 vital behaviors, okay? Being a product of the product. Now that I'm, hold on. You're going to, 4 vital behaviors, Laura. How long have I been a coach? Being a product of the product, recognition, recognizing your progress, sharing that on social media. Maybe if you already have some customers, like giving them shout outs. This is a part of the process. A third part of this is making sure that you're doing personal development, which this entire virtual boot camp could be a part of that, but it's basically picking a book, a podcast, a webinar, and growing your mind, expanding your understanding of this business, your leadership, a skill. Before we started the recording, Carrie and I were talking about how she invested in a course that's teaching her a little bit more about social media and Facebook. And I think that's very proactive and very much having a CEO mindset. Not necessarily because you're spending money on something, because that's not a requirement, but because you're willing to put time and energy and effort into something that you know will develop a skill to help you run the bases. So home base is making sure that you're taking care of yourself. A surefire way to burn out in this business is trying to run to first, second, and third without taking care of yourself. All right. A lot of people get ahead of themselves, that their ego gets in the way, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to be top coach. But then they never do personal development. They start skipping the workouts. They start eating like crap. They make sacrifices on their own journey. And then a couple of months down the road, they're like, I just feel icky. I don't feel genuine when I'm inviting people because I just gained 5 pounds. And Laura, what do you want? What should I do? I don't feel right. And I'm going to tell them, I think it's because you missed home plate. So home plate is very important. It is the foundation of running the bases. Next step, boom. All right, first base. This is when you are going to be helping customers get started. You're going to be connecting with people. You're going to be using your journey, your experience in running to first base with people. So that's where social media comes in. That's where this thing I like to call the invite funnel comes in. Again, this is Coach Basic, so you might have heard these things before, but I want to simplify it for you. You have to be at home base, and then you have to run to first. In order to run to first, I like to follow this thing called the invite funnel, which is simply this. You start writing people's names down on a list. It could be on pen and paper. It could be through a Google Doc. It could be Excel. It could be whatever. You do what your personality tells you to do to get organized. It could be a notebook. I could share all different kinds of options for you, but it's basically where you have 7 steps where you get to know somebody. It could be a complete stranger where you're liking and commenting on their stuff. You're getting to know them. And then you are adding value to them by, connecting, showing attention, making sure that what you're posting is also, about you, and maybe it's inspiring, or maybe it's transparent. And transparency in this day and age, like sharing stories about your life, is very powerful. You will not grow quickly in this business if your Facebook or if your Instagram looks like a billboard. It's just not going to happen. If you just have a Shakeology cup every day and you're like, drink my shake today, check. People are like, that's good for you, but they don't know anything about what Shakeology did for you. They don't know about what it tastes like. They don't know how much it is. Not that they need to know unless you have a personal conversation. They don't know why it's good for them and why it's different from every other shake. They don't know how long you've been drinking it. They don't know if you're just trying to sell them something. So there's a really interesting way to approach your social media so you're sharing your story without selling anything. And that's the beauty of Beachbody, that it's less about selling and more about sharing. So for me, as I'm running to first base, I'm thinking, how can I share my life so well that it inspires people to watch? Okay. And I'm not saying anything for likes, but that's like a quote that I joke about with me and my success partners. Like when something really obnoxious happens in our life, we're like, should I post about this? And we always hashtag anything for likes, whatever. I digress. Okay. Anyways, so you want people to be inspired, intrigued, interested in what's going on in your life. Now, not every time people are not going to be looking in your windows. People are not always going to come to your social media and look for you. So that's where your gift is, to then reach down and reach out to other people, because people are not going to care that you want them to try Shakeology unless they feel like you care about them. You know that quote, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Sharing people in their interest, in their hobbies, in their day-to-day activities, having empathy, having congratulatory, having happy birthday wishes, these things are going to make a difference and really stand out in people's minds. So as I'm teaching the concept of funneling people down to the point where you can invite them, it's simple as this. Step one is you like and comment, and I have these PDFs, I'll share them all. You like and comment on their stuff, okay? And that like and comment could be a cold market person where you go out and find them, or that person could be somebody who liked your stuff and you're simply responding to them. So see how that happens? The more frequently that you post through social media, the more eyes could be on you, or blog or YouTube or whatever your outlet is. And when you see those new people following you, those new people liking and commenting on your stuff, that's when you add them to your funnel. You write their name down on the list and you start the process of connecting with them to see if there's something that you can do to help them. Liking and commenting on their stuff does get their attention because it shows up the notifications. It makes them feel really good. By step 2, you repeat that. By step 3, I want you to send a private message to somebody. And you can do this through Instagram private messaging, through Facebook private messaging, through texting, through whatever, depending on how you know them. But that's simply where you just say, hey girl, long time no talk. What's new? What's going on? You don't have to say anything about Beachbody. You can just catch up. Depending on where you are in the conversation, that person might have already asked you about coaching or Beachbody or your challenge group or losing weight. But you just take the next step in that relationship and just reach out to them. That's step number 3. Now, the special thing about the 7 steps is that it's in every 2 days because it keeps you accountable. So step 1, then 2 days later, step 2 with that same person, step 3 with that same person, step 4 is following up and having another conversation, going back and forth a little bit, chatting with them. So it's not just, hey, how are you? Good. Like that is not engaging conversation. You need to be inquisitive. You need to always leave the conversation with like a question with, I had no idea you guys were doing that for summer vacation. Have you been there before? Okay. So it's like open-ended question, not just yes or no, not just how are you? Good. Or this is the notorious thing. People say, I'm starting a new challenge group. Let me know if you want to join. And then they come to me and they say, well, I just never hear back from anybody. Everybody always ignores me. And I look at their messages and I say, it's because you left it in their court. You left the question, let me know. You gave them the power to be in control of the conversation. Whereas I want you to be the leader of the conversation. So instead of leading the conversation with a period at the end of everything, lead it with being interested in them. Tell me more. What's going on? I had no idea you were going through this. Oh my gosh, yes, that happened to me too. Just be friendly because you are. Don't overthink it. And don't be too concerned about what they think of you or because your intentions are sweet. You're trying to be friendly and you cannot control whether people think you're annoying or not because you are doing nothing annoying except liking and commenting on their posts that they put out there for people to like and comment. So you're doing what they're asking. And then if you private message them with a, hey, that was really funny. Hey, I totally relate. Hey, I didn't know that we have this in common. It's simply you reaching out to them and be like, hey girl, you're kind of my people. That's really awesome. It's a really cool thing. So Makana said there's a training called Listen First. I believe that's the name where it helps you engage in conversations, teaching you how to ask open-ended questions. Perfect. Is it like a YouTube? Could you post the link? Or did you pay for it? Okay, let's see. I'll unmute you.
I first heard about it when I was working at the YMCA, and this was like back in 2009. And so I can't remember where they got the training from, or they brought in somebody to talk to us about it, but we could probably just Google it, and there's probably documents on how to go through those steps.
I love it. Listen first. Okay, you guys write that on your notes, Google it, or maybe Makana, you can even post that in our virtual retreat page. We can look at it because I think that's really like the bread and butter. Once you learn that skill, you're like, okay, I can sharpen that skill and I can learn new things. A lot of times people don't even start building their business because they're afraid of how to connect. And then once they start connecting, you're like, that's it? I had no idea it was that simple. So connecting with people through funneling them down through connections, through a relationship, through talking to them. Step number one, and then is base number one, okay? As you're going through the funnel, you're going to get to a point where you're going to invite them to something. I know you're probably thinking your fears over and over again. What if I annoy people? What do I say? What if they think it's too much money? How do I transition it? What if they think I'm only trying to sell them something? Well, are you? Or are you just trying to connect them and make them a little bit brighter? Like, are you just trying to compliment them? So don't overanalyze it. Don't overthink this situation. Just funnel, 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 funnel all day, every day. Focus on the funnel, and you will grow stronger and better and more skilled on how to connect with people and how your personality matches and how people respond. I have scripts and examples. I don't want you to be a robot because we're normal human beings, but I have examples of what I said, when I've said them, what I say if they have an objection, what I say when they want to know more about challenge groups, what I say when they want to know more about coaching. I have examples of all of these things to hopefully ease your nerves a little bit more, but you're going to be nervous until you take action. Thank you so much. That was perfect. Wakanda and Carrie, I see you guys post that link. So as you're inviting people, it could be inviting people to a free group that you're leading. It could be inviting people to an upcoming challenge group that you're hosting. It could be inviting people to join your team as a coach themselves. That's the beauty of it. It could just be a casual thing like, oh, it's been so great catching up with you. You were hilarious. Long time no talk. By the way, before I head out, there's this new fitness group I'm doing. Would that interest you? I don't know if you're into that, but I love it. And I figured with your bright personality, you would just fit right in. You see what I did there in that invite I just said, even though you could type it out? I complimented them. So they're like, no, that was, she thinks I could be a part of what she's doing. And then I gave them an easy way to say yes or no. It wasn't like pressure. It wasn't guilt. It wasn't, hey, I saw that you just ate that donut yesterday and you have a muffin top, so you really need to lose weight, so join my challenge group. Like, that's not how you want to come across at all. You want to come across just casually inviting people into your inner circle. So that's step number 5 in this funnel. And then you follow up with people, and then you follow up with people again. I don't want to spend our entire second quarter talking about the funnel, although it is monumental when you're learning the skill of connecting with people and inviting them. But I will post it in the virtual retreat page. And I also have a webinar that I taught on it a little bit more thoroughly with the script. So after this, after our retreat, you guys can mark that on your calendar to go through the invite funnel a little bit more thoroughly to be equipped. But that's first base. When you start connecting with people and inviting people, it could be because people are coming to you. It could be because you're coming to other people, depending on the season of your business and the month of the year. Who knows what's going to happen? But that's why you can never predict how many people are going to be ready. You just have to go and consistently ask people to join what you're doing. And that's going to grow your business because you earn commission through challenge groups. You're in Success Club through challenge packs and Shakeology. And then you will earn these reward trips. You will earn these bonuses. You will help inspire your team. You will help yourself be on the top of the leaderboards. And if you're a Ruby personality, those things are kind of cool. So second base. Second base is when you're helping your customers get results. First base is when you're getting customers, you're getting to the process of inviting them, they're saying yes. Second base is when you have some new customers and you're helping them get results. Now, this is about challenge groups. This is about maybe even free groups. I would say that this is more about challenge groups because free groups can be a way to funnel people into step number 1. And step number 2 is when your customers are plugged into a challenge group. Now, in a fun little 60-second blurb, who wants to explain, even though we probably already know, you can even explain this for potential people watching this webinar who don't know, who can tell me what a challenge group is? Since I'm using that word so frequently, this is Coach Basics. We're going to make it basic. What is a challenge group? There's no wrong answer, unless you say it's like a giraffe, and that's not true.
Okay, it's a group where we're all together. We have accountability. motivation. People share tips and tricks, things to encourage one another to accomplish the goals we have.
So if somebody said, what's a challenge group? You can explain it like that. I usually, yeah, perfect. It's accountability, it's support. I usually just say it's a time frame. I'll say it's like a 3-week online accountability group. We all work out together, eat right. But I spice it up and I can make it sound a little bit more sexy depending on who I'm talking to or depending on what I'm promoting. But a challenge group is seriously just like a community, a group where we pile people together who have similar goals to better their health and fitness. And it's a lot easier to accomplish those things when we're not alone. So challenge groups to help customers get results, it's not because you're going to be going to their house and training them, thank goodness. It's because you have provided, literally gone to Facebook, clicked groups, hit create, put a banner picture up there, threw a bunch of your customers in there and said, let's do this thing. And all you have to do is say, y'all, follow the schedule. Shanti knows what's up. Tony Horton knows what's up. Autumn Calabrese knows what's up. Like, you listen to them and you follow what they tell you to do. That's how you're going to get results. Oh, by the way, you want to know how to eat right? Go to the program guide in Beachbody On Demand. Print it off. Follow the nutrition guides. We have these awesome little color-coded containers that's going to help you learn how to portion out your foods and how many vegetables to eat a day, how many proteins to eat a day, how many carbs to eat a day. So you do not have to feel the pressure or the responsibility to know everything about everything. All you have to do is be a director. In this challenge group, you are definitely motivating and a leader and a host, but you're directing people to the information where they can find meal plans, where they can find schedules, where they can find how to heal sore muscles. Beachbody blog, good grief, it is packed full of good resources. The Beachbody blog is so helpful, and I reference that all the time when my customers have questions, and they think I'm so smart. They're like, oh my gosh, you were so helpful, and I'm like, yeah, and all I did was Google it, and it took me 30 seconds. So it makes me feel really good. So you want to help your customers get results, and obviously that's going to become easier when you yourself are sticking to a program, you yourself are being a product of product, you yourself have a transformation before and after progress pictures where you can inspire them. You can even pull in pictures and before and after results from other customers, other friends, other coaches. You can Google it. You can find it on Moxie's page. Tons and tons and tons of great resources to help your customers get results. But why is it so important to help customers get results in challenge groups? It's because, one, it fulfills the mission of Beachbody to help people live healthier, more fulfilling lives. But on the flip side of that, it's a gift that you're giving them, and all of a sudden now they're feeling a little more clarity in their life. They're feeling a little more confident. Who remembers that feeling that you get? And maybe this feeling, you've had this feeling a lot maybe, but maybe the most recent, where you fell off the bandwagon, you ate a lot of crap, you gained a couple of pounds, you got off of your track. In that first couple of days that you got back on track, how did you feel? How do you feel when finally you get back on track? You're probably feeling sore, you're feeling tired, but something has changed within you. Something is more positive, something is more hopeful, and you just have to keep fighting through it because you're going to be like this in your own journey, and that's relatable. But I want you to find some kind of deep down satisfaction or gratification in your heart knowing that you're helping other people get that feeling. They probably feel alone, they probably don't know what to do, but by you simply telling them that you believe in them, you are passing along that feeling of purpose and confidence and brightness and peace. God, it's such a blessing to be able to inspire somebody like that to take action in their health and fitness. And what happens is when these people start getting results, you can start reaching out to them and girl, you are doing incredible. Would you ever, and we're going to move to step number 3, would you ever consider helping me lead my next challenge group? You have just blown the socks off of your goals. And even if they haven't, even if they have had mediocre goals, you can still shower them with compliments and positivity because we need that as humans because we're so negative about ourselves. You could just say, I'm so proud of you. And I know you've had a couple of steps back, but look how much progress you've made. And do you realize that by you posting a couple of times a week in our challenge group, that's been really encouraging to the other girls who've been afraid to post. So I just want to say thank you, because without you even realizing it, you've been a leader in this group. So I don't know how you'd feel about it, but I would love for you to help me lead my next challenge group. Guys, that is a coach invite. I didn't use the word coach. I didn't use the word business. I didn't use the word make a lot of money. I simply was wanting them to use their experience to help other people, because they naturally got to that point. And this is how you can build your team. This is how you can advance and rank. This is how you can help your business. And it's all this circle of life, okay? So same concept, you're running the bases. So helping your customers get results are going to help them believe in themselves, helping them believe in the products, helping them partner and believe in this business. And eventually you can help them join your team and pay it forward. So if you're going to be looking to build your business and wanting a substantial, stable, sustainable business model where you can rely on the income, you will need to add coaches to your team and to help them seek results. Because honestly, getting 25% retail is incredibly generous, but I want to create wealth for my family. I want to visit Europe. I want my mom to retire. I want my mom and dad to move to Florida. I want to set up a retirement. I want to set up an education fund for my family. So I'm not afraid of talking about money, because I prayed that I would be a good steward with it. Okay? So my hope and desire is that all of us who have income goals, we're not driven by greed, but we're driven by the purpose behind what the money is going to allow us to do for ourselves, for our family. If you guys follow me closely, you might know that my husband and I were trying to pay off this medical debt right now, and I'm so ready to be free of that. And I'm thinking, if I can help somebody else on my team experience freedom of debt, then I'm going to tell them how. I'm going to tell them they need to run the bases. They might be afraid, but who cares? Because the feeling of freedom trumps their fear. So they need to take care of themselves at home base, then they make it to first base by talking to people, inviting them to challenge groups, get to second base by helping their customers get results in their challenge groups, get to third base by asking those customers to become coaches on their team, third base, okay? And then once you have coaches adding to your team, again, I will say this, it seems like this is the only way. No, there's a lot of different ways to grow your business. This is just the foundation. This is the skeleton of what the basic model is to build a Beachbody business. Is you get customers results, and those customers become coaches. A lot of times, I don't know, for me it's probably 20% of the time, 25% of the time, I have people join my team who have never been a customer of mine. Why? Because I also talk about the business a lot on my social media. I'll talk about what this business has done for my family, where I want this business to go, my vision for it. I talk about how fun it is. I talk about the events that I go to. I talk about my hope and dreams. Hey, baby doll. So a lot of times, if you want to talk about the business side of it, that's excellent, because people might come to you and say, I want to be a coach. Perfect. You just got to the third base without having to go to home base, first base, or second base. You still want them to get a program. You still want them to start with Shakeology. You still want them to get results. Okay. But third base is incredibly important and unique. You can play with this. Yeah, you can take that with you.
Yeah, I'll take this.
Okay, baby, you can play with this. This is my last one.
Come on.
Look, my son has come and confiscated my
Come on, let's go, Evan.
my bases. He said, I smell them. I know Mommy's opened the package. All right, love you, baby. Thanks. So anyways, third base is amazing and fun, and I don't want you to be scared about adding coaches to your team because you think, well, I don't know what to say, how to do it, and you don't have to ask them to become a coach. You can ask them to become a customer in a challenge group and help them run the bases, okay? Or you might have a friend, you might have somebody in mind, you're like, you know what? I know that they would get this vision, and I know they would be an excellent coach. I'm just going to go for it. When I invite them, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to go and ask them to be a coach first and foremost, and then we can run the bases together as they're a coach and go through this journey together. So when I first started as a coach, it was really fun because I was challenged to create a list of my dream team. So I wrote out like 8 to 10 names of people that I would love to be on my team. Like, these are people that I want to work with for the rest of my life. Like my best friends who I want to create lifestyles with, I want to travel with. Because think about it, if this is a career goal for you, like for the rest of your life, you're going to be working with the people on your team. So you want to work with fun people on your team. So go out there and find your dream team, tell them they want to be a part of this, and say, you got to, like, you have to start with me now because we're expanding and I want you to be on the front of the wave that's about to happen. I don't want you to miss out. Third base, become a coach. My son stole home base, but just imagine, after you get to home base, first base, second base, third base, you're going to run home. You're going to get that run. You're going to run home. Getting from third base to home is when you are helping that new coach learn how to start running the bases. So you as a leader, you as a coach, whether you're a brand new coach or a veteran coach, you have the opportunity to lead by example. And you have the opportunity to tell those new coaches, hey, this is the first day of our next challenge group. Our goal is to each have 1 to 3 new challengers in that group. Let's go for it. Let's post about it 2 or 3 times a week. Let's invite 5 people a day. Let's use these scripts of inviting and objection handling to help people funnel into our challenge groups. And what you're going to be doing is simply helping your team learn how to run the bases themselves. It's not rocket science, but it does take your discipline, your focus, your proactivity, and sometimes your time management, because it does take time to talk to people and to jump on the phone or have a coffee meeting, etc. But when we're talking about Coach Basics, when we're talking about building your business, that is the gist of it. You take care of yourself. You show up, take care of yourself, get to first base by connecting with people and inviting them to join you in what you're doing. Second base is helping those people get results. Third base is helping those people become coaches themselves because of they either it's because they get a discount on the products, which is pretty awesome, or because yeah, you can have that one too. Yeah, baby. He's come back for third base. I got no bases left. I got nothing. You guys are so cute. Stop it. They are cute. Like y'all, this one is still stuck in here. Hold on. We're good. Yes, third base. It's good. We're good. I heard my husband say, "Ling-a-ling," and I was like, no, we're good. We're good. So anyways, Susan or Carrie, you guys have gone through the bases. I know, Makana, I say you've gone through the bases because you've gone through the same training during our face-to-face Moxie Bootcamp. Makana last month annihilated this. Like, the girl came out of the gates with Success Club 8. She was like, boom, 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 boom. She's been working consistently for months, and I'm just so proud of you guys. Chrissy and Brooke, you guys are right behind us. You guys are right behind. You just need to start at home base, run to first. But Carrie, Susan, and Makana, since you guys have already started this process, what could you add or subtract or say about your experience so far in helping your customers get started?
Am I unmuted? Okay. So I think what helped me finally hit that Success Club board is the free group that I ran in May. So I wanted to do a free group. I was hesitant about how long to run it and the theme behind it. And I will say this, like I told you once, I'm Kool-Aid drunk right now because I am just taking everything that I can possibly do with this business and make it my own. And I think that's the exciting factor because I've never found a job, and I've had multiple jobs here and there, but I've always looked for something that will allow me to be creative and help others and be organized and travel possibly and dabble in photography and video making and just all of that. I had no idea how I was going to make all that happen until Beachbody, because I'm literally able to make it my own and take my creative juices and produce something. And now I'm what you just said about making a dream team. Like, all I thought was just get coaches and how to change their lives. But I didn't factor in that I would be doing that with these women for hopefully for the rest of my life. And that's really exciting. And I started with that free group just to kind of get used to running my own challenge group, although it was free. And I don't know what happened. Like, it was just, the focus of that group was just be active and get out there and do some sort of exercise and just be conscious about your healthy eating, which the compound effect helped me translate that. But in that free group, people were just like, I want in, I want the all access. And I talked about it there, and then it transcended. And now the group that I'm leading right now, I have more people that weren't even in that May group that have hopped on board. And I think it's because the results actually was able to share about my challengers getting results and not just myself anymore. And I think that's kind of what has helped me excel thus far. And I just hope I can continue that into the rest of the year.
You can, and that's perfect. Like, I want to bottle you up, and I want to share you with everybody. Like, your journey of like taking care of yourself, starting free groups to bring people into what you're doing. Because I mean, a lot of people are skeptical. What's she doing? She's trying to sell me something. But when you just seriously give of yourself and encourage people, they change and they start trusting you. Awesome job. Carrie or Susan, you guys have any other snippets before we head off to a halftime break? Just about your journey in adding coaches or adding customers, doing challenge groups, advice even?
I would say don't discount anybody, because you might think, oh, they don't need this or want this, but you don't know until you share it, kind of thing. And I had someone that I was talking to that was thinking she wanted to get back in shape after having some kids and things, and she was thinking it was going to work, but then it was a little hesitant. And then she mentioned to me that she's not sure if she has time to work out and do things because she has to work so many hours and she doesn't get to be home with her kids. Mm-hmm. And when I heard that, I'm like, you need coaching. This is what you need so you can be home with your kids. And so I shared that with her, and she said, yeah, but can I actually make an income? And I said, we don't promise anything, but if you work at it hard and things, I can show you a whole bunch of examples of people it's worked for, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And she joined our sneak peek group, and she went from someone I was just thinking I was going to help. I'm still doing that, but help her make her dreams come true so she can be home with her brand new baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's awesome.
So think of it like, okay, really we shouldn't be thinking this in health and fitness, but okay, think of it like a tray of cookies. If you were to go around if you're in a party, you're going to offer that tray of cookies to everyone. And if you skip someone, how do you think that's going to make that person feel? Why didn't she offer me a cookie? Why don't I get a cookie? So don't think, it's not like we're offering people something that's bad for them, something, they're going to love it. It's going to change their life, We're not trying to hurt them. And then if we don't ask them and we ask someone else and they find out that they were asked and not them, it might,
And that's a really cool analogy. I would be offended. I'd be like, am I not good enough for your cookie?
Exactly.
I want a cookie right now. But I can't because I'm on the Shift Shop meal plan.
Yeah, not cookies.
I can have some Shakeology cookies.
All for everybody, Shakeology.
Yeah. How about you, Susan? You've rocked it. I've been proud of you, super proud of you for your journey. I think what stands out to me most is your personal reflection on your own journey, and you share it through marathon training, through traveling, through fun selfies at work. I just love your social media presence. Has that helped people ask you more questions about business or customer stuff?
Yeah, I think it has, the point that I'm consistent in. So for those who don't know, I just did a half marathon at Disneyland 3 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that, 3 weeks ago maybe. And I shared that after I got home, I just stopped. I wasn't drinking Shakeology. I was just so burnt out from all of my training and all of my working out to make sure my muscles were strong and make sure my running time was okay. that I just had like a week where I didn't do anything. And then I was like, okay, I need to get back in this for myself, not for anybody else, just for myself. And so I actually have a coworker who lives down the street. We go running in the morning. We keep each other accountable. I've worked out with McKenna early in the morning. We get on the Zoom and work out. And I actually last night was at the theater, and all the guys were like, we see you posting all the time and you're always working out and it's really cool. And I want to try the stuff you have. And so I actually gave them some samples of the Shakeology, because I only drink about half a serving because a full serving is too much for my body, that I alternate buying a bag versus the individual packs so that I can give those as samples to people. I give them like 3 days worth and a couple different flavors, and they try it. And so all last night at the theater, when I was talking to the crew and the cast last night, they were like, oh, you've got to go work out and we've got to see what you're going to do. So yeah, I mean, just keep posting and just make sure you're consistent with it. So.
When you guys, last question for the three of you, if you don't mind. I like the spontaneous Q&A session. In the moments where you have been showing up, been working on yourself, maybe not perfect, but progress, and you had the tempting feeling of being discouraged, how did you overcome it?
Every time that I felt that way, God put something right in my face that tells me that's not a lie. It's not true. Don't believe it. I was feeling really bummed. I'm like, gosh, am I really making a difference? And then right as soon as that thought entered my mind, someone sent me a Facebook message saying, oh my gosh, I just wanted to let you know that I saw your video the other day of you doing this, and it totally inspired me. I'm starting to work out every day now, and I'm riding my bike, and I'm going and doing stuff with my kids.
Awesome.
Well, Laura, first of all, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, girl. I was saying, like, in the moments where you have ever felt, I say when because we're human, when you felt discouraged, how did you overcome that? Because everyone's going to walk through it, and I just wanted to shed light on things that could help keep that passion.
Okay, so I became a coach December 2016, and I think my thought process behind that was because January is such a big health and fitness month, and I think that really blurred my vision, and it didn't really how do I put this? I started for all the wrong reasons. I guess, like, I didn't want to miss out on that opportunity to get a lot of sales, I guess, and I think that was the wrong mindset. But I mean, I started because I needed my health and fitness to be better. So that was my first and foremost, but I think I started too early and I jumped in too quick because I do property taxes. I mean, and January to April really kicked my butt. I was on your team for the team cup. I didn't contribute at all. I got really discouraged on my ability to do both the full-time and this, and I consistently went out to search for other coaches that were doing the full-time, and I got burned out and I couldn't handle both of it. I fought with my husband a lot. I increased my alcohol intake to wind down the day.
Yeah.
But then once our busy time kind of settled down and we hired new people to give me help, it gave me the ability to get back in this and figure out again why I was doing it, because I didn't establish my why in the beginning. I just ran with it. I'm very resourceful. I thought I had everything together that I needed to get started, and I didn't. I didn't do my personal development. I fell off the wagon. I checked out of all the groups that you lead, and it was just too much. But then going through that busy season and realizing how unhappy I was, and then I had this opportunity here that could make me happy, that was what really, it was a gut check for me. Like, I know how to be happy and I'm not doing it. And that's ultimately what helped me overcome.
You are so powerful. Like, there's just something about you, Makana. I think we can all agree. but the fact that you shed light on your own journey, it's so important. Because here, what we're doing is we're sharing you guys, here's a cookie cutter way of building a business, and here's what you do, and here's how you talk to people, and here's scripts. But honestly, when you finally get in the groove of it and you finally take ownership, you throw all of that out the window and you say, you know what, this is my journey, and I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to get creative, and I'm going to find my people. And that's exactly what I need people to do. But I and you cannot help anybody go through their journey unless they're willing to go through their journey. So it's such a good reminder. Yeah.
And then I think for me, my biggest setback is I have people who honestly just tell me, I see what you're doing, but I don't want to be part of it. And a lot of that are my close friends. And for some of you guys, that's your inner circle. Your close friends are your coaches, and they're your customers. And a lot of mine have just bluntly said, I get what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do, and I respect that you're doing it, but I just don't want part of it. And for a while, that really got me down. I was like, well, am I posting wrong? Am I trying to be pushy? I've had friends that, I said, hey, I know you don't want to be part of this, but will you look at my post and just maybe see what you would change? But what really kind of gets me out of that is remembering that I'm doing this for myself and the reasons I'm doing it. So I'm trained in yoga as well, and I would love to have my own studio someday, and fitness classes. I know all of the Beachbody programs, you can go get trained to teach them. So that's the big future goal. It's I would love to have this own studio. But then last night, I said at the theater, all of, the cast and crew were like, hey, we saw you were working out. We saw that you're getting stronger and you're looking great and all those things. So you just have to remember that even if it's not going as fast as you would like it to, because for me, it's not going as fast as I would like it to, if you stay consistent, eventually something's going to happen.
You'll find your tribe. You'll grow, I think each of us, since we're all on our own journey, it's funny because I have been trying to achieve a certain business goal for 3 years now. And I could find discouragement in that of tried again, failed, tried again and failed, tried again and failed. But I find such joy in the journey because each year I've grown, each year I've learned, each year my husband and I, my family and I have gotten closer. Now we're growing a third child. I'm like, God has given me so many blessings. And so I have to sit back and enjoy the journey and realize maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe I wasn't strong enough, or I wasn't a strong, equipped enough leader. Maybe I didn't have enough self-discipline. Maybe I didn't have enough passion and belief yet to achieve this level of success, and I'm still needing to be pruned and sharpened and grown in order to prepare me to be the kind of leader to run an organization like that. Does that make sense? So a lot of people run into Beachbody and they're like, I want to be a diamond coach. I'm like, yeah, go for it. Which, by the way, diamond coach is a rank in the business. It's when you have basically 12 people in your downline. Any of you guys can achieve that. It's phenomenal. It's a great way to thrust forward, but I digress. And so I think go for it, go for it, go for it. But it's not just about filling people into a spot. It's about filling people into that spot who you can inspire and love on, and they're really coaches and they want the discount or they want to grow their business, and it's a journey. And sometimes the journey is 4 steps forward, 3 steps back, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 5 steps forward, 1 step back. But eventually you're going to get there. Okay? Kind of said, can you help me understand when you post about someone becoming 2-star qualifying, 3-star qualifying? Yes. So the ranks in this business go like this. And it is based on, adding people to your team, helping your team advance in rank as well, based on their addition to their team. So you have Emerald rank, which is when you yourself add 2 coaches. You have Ruby rank, which is the next one, where you have 4 coaches, but 2 of your coaches are also Emerald rank. And I have charts and graphics and stuff with your visual. I'm much more a visual learner. Diamond coach is when you have 4 coaches on each leg. So a total of 8 coaches that you have signed up. And then of those 8 coaches, you have an emerald, 2 emeralds. You have 1 emerald on each side. So you have 2 emeralds and 8 coaches. That's diamond. Now, that's basically the highest rank that changes. And then when somebody says they're 1-star qualifying, 2-star diamond, 3-star diamond, that's when you're growing your organization and growing your leadership and developing leaders in your team that you have coaches become diamonds. So Makana, let's say you yourself are a diamond and you have helped one of your coaches become diamond themselves, you would then start 1 star. When you help 2 of your coaches become diamonds, 2 star. So you can go all the way up to 15 star, and you can open up new business centers, and it's crazy. You can have like, not that you need to know all this, but the ceiling is untouchable. You can open up 25 businesses within Beachbody, and each of those 25 business centers can be a 15-star diamond. Right now, the network has been going for 10 years, and Lindsay Matway is the highest ranked coach in the company, and she has, I think she has 7 business centers, and 4 of her business centers are 15-star. So that's the highest rank, the top earner in everything. Right now, Moxie, we are 8-star in our first business center and 1 star in our second business center. Not that you guys need to know that. I know that sounds all crazy, but bonuses are attached to certain star qualifications. Bonuses are attached to you and your team as you guys develop leaders in diamonds. So that's kind of cool. Maybe you're going through it all to share your story of perseverance. Posted the video of Michael explaining rank advancing and rank. Yeah, I did post that, and you're absolutely right. I've learned a lot about perseverance, and I really wasn't ready. I say that now. I would have loved to have achieved that goal 2 years ago, but it's been exciting to just to run and to grow and to learn how to love this business, regardless if it's slow or fast, because I feel like I'm exactly on pace where I need to be. You know what I mean? And I think that's a mindset thing. It's not necessarily that we're reaching every goal, but I know that everything happens for a reason. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a 15-minute break, a 15-minute halftime break. I'm going to, you guys go potty, eat some food, stretch it out, make another post. During this break, I want you to take action, and I want you to go and, what was it? The first one was like and comment. The second was make a post. This next action step is I want you to be bold, and I want you to go invite 3 people to something, okay? It could be to a free group that you haven't yet made up. It could be a challenge group that's coming up on, like, for example, I'm starting a challenge group on Monday, June 5th. If you want to invite somebody to join us, to join me, if you want to join me and have somebody else join you in the June 5th group, then use that group. Use my challenge group as a springboard to invite people. That's totally fine. Or go for it and say, hey, I'm doing this virtual retreat. It's absolutely incredible. This business is brilliant. You should be a coach on my team. But I want you to send at least 3 invites to people. I can provide scripts, and I will provide links that have examples of all of those invites, but I don't want you to overthink it. Sometimes what's best is if you just go with your heart, make it short and sweet, and talk to people like they're a real person and they're a friend, because they're not going to bite. They're not going to hate you when your intentions are simply to help them. Okay, so during these 15 minutes, stretch it out, take a break, and go invite 3 people. You can look at the scripts that I'm about to post in the group if you would like some assistance in that, and then we'll get back together at 1 p.m. I need to run a Walgreens drive-thru. My daughter's season of medication is 3 minutes away. Go, girl. Do your thing. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.